I want to give you a potent bit of marriage advice today, and that is to avoid a certain mistake, a certain pitfall that we can so easily fall into when we're in a disagreement with our spouse, when there's an argument going on, or when they've just said something that was kind of annoying, or maybe your husband snapped at you, or you felt like totally misunderstood, whatever the thing is, and you feel justified in seeking sort of a verbal revenge, or even maybe a passive-aggressive revenge kind of thing, because he deserves it. And maybe he does deserve it. But have you noticed that this never ends well? That it's usually an escalation, back and forth, ratcheting it up. He hurts you, so you hurt him worse, and then he hurts you worse, and this never ends well. But we justify ourselves because, well, he provoked me. He made me angry. He didn't treat me right. He was disrespectful to me, so I'll be disrespectful to him. This never seems to end well in my experience. So avoid falling into that particular mistake. Let's listen to the counsel of the Bible in Romans 12, a sage bit of marriage advice, relationship advice in general. It's in Romans 12, starting in verse 17. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath, for it is written, "It is mine to avenge. I will repay," says the Lord. So let's leave that in God's hands. When you feel provoked the next time by your husband, when you feel kind of justified in letting him have it, take a deep breath. Come before the Lord. You might even have to leave the room for a second to take a deep breath and kind of collect yourself. Come before the Lord and say, Lord, how do you want me to respond in this situation? Often God is going to tell you, you know what, leave that in my hands. I want you to be kind, loving, gentle, patient, bear all the fruit of the Spirit in the relationship. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you should never confront your husband if he is seriously out of line, if he's verbally abusing you, physically abusing you, whatever. It's not like you're supposed to go, well, whatever. No, you might need to draw some boundaries, but even then, we don't have to give into that feeling of being justified to let him have it and make him suffer for what he's done. Let's approach even that kind of serious thing where we might have to do boundaries. Let's approach that even with the spirit of gentleness, patience, love. Again, the fruit of the Spirit. And let's leave revenge in God's hands. I think He is big enough to take care of your husband if he's out of line.